Hello guys, welcome to another video. It's Ellie again from Edison964, and today I'll talk about how to convert any file, like any Python extension file, towards executable file that's .exe. In the last video, if you remember, I talked about auto py to exe. This time I'm going to talk about Pyinstaller. And if you're new to this video, you don't need to watch the previous video. That was just an example of another module. So if you're in Windows, just pull up your start menu and type cmd, search for cmd, and you will see command prompt there. Just click on open. That will just open command prompt for you. Click on maximize, and let me just maximize my letters or fonts. And now what you're going to be doing is you want to check whether pip command is working or not. So for me, I mean for everyone who are using Windows, must use pip and click on enter. So if you see all these things, that means you have pip installed, otherwise you have pip not installed. So for that problem, I'll upload a video sooner or later, or you can just Google that problem, okay? So if you're in Mac or OS X or Linux or Unix, then you can just use pip3 and click on enter, okay? So once that's done, I can just clear up my screen, and now what I can do is I can just use pip command to install Pyinstaller. So that's like pip install Pyinstaller and click on enter. For me, it's really installed, so it just took no time. But for you, it will fairly take some seconds. Okay, let me just clear up my screen. Okay, so now I'm gonna go for my project directory, which is right here, and in my command prompt, I'm in my user folder. I want to navigate towards my project folder wherever my Python file lies. So I want to convert this file, so I want to have its directory. So its directory is right here. I can just copy that directory up and go to my command prompt and write cd and write control V. I mean just put that control V. That means it's gonna just paste it, otherwise you can just do a right click and you will get an option of pasting it. Okay, once that's done, I can just click on enter. That means I'm in my projects directory, which is in tutorials folder, and right here you see tutorials folder. Okay, so once that's done, what you could do is that you could use Pyinstaller to convert that file. So let me just say Pyinstaller and then the file name. So I just simply wrote that file name. You can just change that file name. You just replace this file name with the name of your file you want to change. So in this case, my file name would be test.py. So let me just replace that with test.py. Again, I'm gonna click on enter, and that will just take some seconds. And yes, I'm done with that thing. So now when it's done successfully, what you can do is just go to your file explorer and to your project directory, and you will see four things added up. You will see .spec file for your file name, and dist folder, build folder, and a PyCache folder. So the most important thing is the dist folder and the spec folder, and these two are optional, not important. Okay, just go for your dist folder. Inside that you will see your file's name there. Click on it and just scroll down towards the bottom, and you will see at the top, the bottom six, you will see your .executable file. When I run this thing, you see my executable file is just being one. Okay, so but the problem is I don't really use console. But if you really use console, you don't want to follow up with me. But in the case if you're like me, like if your case is like me, that you don't really want console, you just want this file to pop up, then what you can do is you can just delete the folders that you really created. Button shift delete, and I will just delete it. So pull up your command line or terminal again and just type in, let me just clear the screen first, and just type in Pyinstaller and your file name. But before you type in your file name, just put out -w. Okay, So what that does is it says without console. So hyphen W means without console. Okay, now I'm gonna click on enter. So that's gonna convert my .py towards my .exe, but this time without console. So let us just check out. Yeah, that's done. And now when I go back, I see those are recreated. And when I go back to my folder there, and you will see my executable file there. Let me just click on it, and you see there is no console. But for you, if your program uses console, you don't really want to use this. This command. Wait a minute. This command, the hyphen W command. Okay, so if you don't really use console, then you want to use that hyphen W command. Okay, so now you must see that in my test folder I have a plenty of files with it. Not only the executable file, but a plenty of files. So another optional thing we can do is we could just delete all of these plenty of files, but not simply like deleting it like that. But what you could do is you could just hide those files inside this executable file, and that's how we can do it. So first, let me just delete these previous files. Okay. Now go back to my command line. What I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be writing Pyinstaller. Wait a minute. Pyinstaller the hyphen without console and space my file name that's test.py. But this time I want to provide another argument for it. I want to say this time it should be in one file that is double hyphen in one file. Okay. So now when I click on enter, that will just convert my .py towards .exe, and now this time without console. And another thing it will do is it will just hide all of those tons of things inside that executable file. So now when I go through my dist folder, you see my application there. For me, it says there's some wires in this, but there's actually no wires. So I just mess up something with my computer, but for you, it won't be there. So never to worry. Okay, so for me, it won't work because there's some wires, it says. Okay, so thank you for watching my video. If you just like this video, just subscribe this channel and never forget to like this video. Okay, so just be tuned for upcoming videos, which are gonna be very super awesome.